Hi, you've tuned into Gila, Nehemia, Sacred Erotic Poetry, Sacred Sexuality, and Ascension podcast. I'm so happy you're here. Today is July 8th. I normally record on Wednesdays, so a lot was going on. So here I am. We were just closing out of the Sirius Gateway that ended on 7/7, the spiritual sun, and moving into the new moon in Cancer. So before we begin, we will close our eyes and take 3 deep breaths straight from your belly all the way deep inside your diaphragm, and allow yourself to truly take that deep breath of oxygen, hold it for 3 seconds, and then let go. So let's do that 3 times together. Allow the stresses of the day to just let yourself relax. Just, really taking deep breaths are so important for our cells and our body. So just if you need to take a few more, please do. Let yourself, stretch out. Really just help yourself to be present at this moment. I want to thank you for being here. We're calling in our light teams, our angels, our guides, God, Source, Universe, our spirit animals, our angelic journeyers with us at this time, to just guide us, to assist us in whatever messages need to come through at this time. And allow yourself to just relax. When we're relaxed, we're able to receive. And if you're feeling a little bit, anything in your body is like nodding up or anything like that, you could pause this, make a cup of tea, or, just lie down, give yourself that time to really be with you. So we're asking all of the energetic forces to assist us at this time in this beautiful sacred session of bringing in this new moon in Cancer and really integrating the light codes that we were receiving during the Sirius Gateway. I want you to just allow yourself to feel that at this moment. All your light team is with you right now and always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho, and so it is. So as I said in the invocation in the beginning, we'll be talking about the new moon in Cancer and the Sirius Gateway that just officially closed on the 7th. And those of you who don't know me, who are just tuning in, my name is Gila Nehemia. I'm a sacred erotic self-love coach. I am a spiritual heart guide, a writing empowerment coach. I really guide people who have been experiencing or have experienced chronic trauma to help them to heal and to open their hearts to their true soul's desires. This was a process I specifically went through, and I use writing as my main medium, which is why this is about poetry. I connect into sexuality and into that Kundalini awakening to access higher realms. So thank you for joining me today. Whatever time you're listening to this, whatever day that is, it's truly divine. You are meant to hear this. And the topic is really about allowing ourselves to receive these light codes that have been coming in the last few days. This was from the 3rd to the 7th that the Sirius Gateway was open. Now it's called the spiritual sun. And so when I think about sun, I think about like a masculine energy and really opening up our spirituality, or opening up our, our cosmic centers, with the 12 chakra system, the chakras above the crown, and all the chakras in the body. So allowing us to really just, up level and to ascend into a different dimension wherever you are in your timeline. And so if you've been feeling like you're getting some ideas and, new things coming up, or really just working on your affirmations to be more self-confident, this is part of this energetic feeling at this. Now, the Sirius is a star. And what I read was, I believe that star was really close. So that's why there's that gateway coming in right now. You can find out. I don't know a lot about astrology, but I just get, bits and pieces, and I see how it relates to me. And that's what I talk about in most of these podcasts. And it's also the new moon tomorrow on the 9th in Cancer, which is very emotional. So I thought, wow, what a great juxtaposition, right? We have this masculine energy of the spiritual sun, and then the feminine of the watery Cancer and the emotional. And it's just a beautiful union energetically and also within. Most of my work is about balancing our masculine and feminine energies to, really completely love ourselves and feel whole and sovereign. Because when we create this beautiful, healthy relationship with ourselves, then we are more open to having healthy relationships with others. Those of us who, like me, have had very unhealthy and dysfunctional relationships due to a number of different reasons, and I'm not, going to blame anything or anybody, though to a number of different reasons, some ancestral lineage, obviously our experiences, the time, the actual time that we were born, the years that we've lived in this particular life. And, I feel like this is just a profound historical time as we're all awakening into a new reality, creating a new paradigm of living, really just allowing ourselves to love ourselves, love others without judgment, and truly be kind and compassionate. A lot of the Tibetan Buddhist sayings, I feel I embody, or I strive to embody. I'm always a work in progress, as all of us are. We're always doing healing work. I wanted to mention a few things as to what I want to talk about today. It's connected to many different things that I've been going through, and I feel like it's important that I share. I just yesterday, actually, a friend of mine mentioned Steve Noble's. He talks about moving from disempowerment and rage into union, and I'll put his meditation in the notes. I did it last night, and I found it to be super powerful. And also another person that I know that I did a healing with a few weeks ago, her name is Serene, and her interview will be up later this month. I interviewed her, and she does healing in the 12 chakra system, and I did that maybe a couple of weeks ago. And all of this is just coming into alignment for me. So why am I mentioning these people? One, I just want to give them credit for helping me in my process. I think it's important to always, promote others who are doing amazing work. I love Steve's work, and I really appreciate Serene as well. And it also really ties into this anthology that I'm working on, and it's really focusing on moving from silence and injustice into sovereignty. And, really what I wanted to discuss today was how we are opening up to this whole new energy and letting go of this empowerment, which is why I brought up the meditation and why I'm talking about this. Because what I realized, I'm specifically working on judgment, and maybe some of you are as well. We judge ourselves, we judge others, we're kind of brought up to judge. And Steve in the meditation also talks about patriarchy. And in our anthology, that's what we're focusing on. We're focusing on how we're moving from patriarchal line of thinking or paradigm of thinking into wholeness and sovereignty, into union, into balance within ourselves and with others. And in, just like looking at humanity with a different lens and the planet. So I just felt like it, what I realized actually last night was like, whoa, like judgment actually falls also into disempowerment. Because when we allow, let's just say, others or a judgment of ourselves to rule our minds, we're actually disempowering ourselves in that thought. Because there's really nothing wrong with us. Let's say if you're judging your body, you're judging your, how much money you have in the bank, whether you're successful or not, you're judging where you live, anything, really anything. You're judging if you're eating the right foods or not. It's when we're in a space of non-judgment, we are the observer. We're witnessing something. Okay, this is happening. What can I do about it? How can I create more joy in my life? How can I accept my reality and allow myself to move forward in love and kindness of ourselves and others? When we're judging, we're like, oh, I'm too heavy. Let's say, for example, weight. I'm something that I'm looking at right now. I'm too heavy and I don't want to be this heavy, and I'd rather lose like 4 kilos. And I don't like the fact that I'm like this. I don't love my body in this weight. I love my body only when I'm going to be XYZ weight. And so there's a condition to loving yourself. And, actually, when we unconditionally love ourselves, regardless of like, if we gain 4 kilo, lost 4 kilo, 10 kilo, 40 kilo, it doesn't really matter what the number is, right? When we love ourselves unconditionally and we just embody this, like, I know I'm moving forward. I love where I am right now. It was amazing to feel like this. And, or maybe I'm having some challenges and I'm just enjoying, I'm grateful for the challenge. So I get to grow. It's just a completely different storyline. And there's no judgment. It is happening. I'm in the present moment. I realize it. I'm, working towards something else. I'm thinking about how to move forward. And I love who I am. And when we begin to do that, we move out of the judgment. We move out of it should be this way. And because it isn't, I feel bad. Because at least for me, that's the bottom line, right? I feel bad. I should look like something else. And because I don't, then I'm not good enough for myself. We're not even talking about another person, right? For myself. Instead of, looking at myself in the mirror and just admiring, oh, wow, I have this beautiful sacred vessel and I'm taking care of it. And I'm striving to make myself more healthy. And I'm, eating better foods. And I'm just really being conscious of what I'm putting in, into my body and making sure I have, the waste is going, like anything, drinking more yogurt for myself. I love yogurt and probiotics. So, just enjoying the moments, enjoying yourself, enjoying what you are, as a person, as your body, as your thoughts and feelings. I feel it's just a different tone. And when I consciously caught myself, and it's many times, it's not just about my body, it's a variety of different things. When I catch myself, or even if I'm in a state of fear, like I might be doing a new thing and I'm scared. Our anthology, for example, I'm moving into talking to publishers. And so that, that is something like, okay, I haven't done that before. And I'm not sure how to go about it. And so there's some trepidation, there's hesitation. But again, some of those messages come up, and I remind myself, I am amazing. I have done all these beautiful things. There's no judgment, and I don't have to actually just say only positive things to move forward. I can just say, I'm in a state of hesitation right now. I'm not sure how to do it. I am a little bit fearful, and I'm asking God, source, universe to help me to make that next right step, whatever that is. And wherever it leads me, it's going to be fine. Because then I'm actually in the present moment, consciously accepting my feelings and not allowing myself to be disempowered by a judgment that I'm making upon myself, even before anyone has ever looked at anything. And I think that is super important. And I don't know if you do that, but I do that all the time. And that self-sabotage, that stops me from moving forward. So if you're ever in that moment of feeling that way, remember that that is actually a form of disempower. You are disempowering yourself instead of giving yourself the chance. And if it was your child, like I have children, or even a really good friend or a person I love, and they were like, oh yeah, I want to do this, I would totally be 100% behind them. And, you know, like support them and do whatever I can to help them to believe that that's going to happen. Because if you have that desire, that's your soul that's saying, this is happening for you. And it's going to happen in the most beautiful way possible. Allow yourself, going back into that Sirius Sun gateway, allow yourself to receive the light codes that have just been opening your consciousness and your heart into a whole new world. Allow that to unfold without, you know, already mapping it out, because we don't actually know exactly each step, but we know how we feel. And we know how we feel when we're in love with ourselves and in love, in loving kindness with others and compassionate to ourselves and others. So when we can, you know, just step into that and let go of that disempowerment and that rage, you know, for many years for me, there was so much rage, so much anger, like very deep in me, even though I looked really fine and kind and nice, you know, when things hit the fan, and I may not show that in public, but I would just be livid. There was so much anger inside of me, you know, because of a lot of different things that have happened to me. And those of you who don't know, definitely go to my website. I'll listen to some previous podcasts. I won't go into it right now. And I feel like, you know, there's a reason for that. And Steve's meditation was so beautiful. So I definitely recommend that. You know, really moving through that rage. And I also wanted to share that, you know, I have been, right now I'm enrolling people into my programs, and I was reading quite a few articles. I didn't realize how many were out there. And I've been writing some as well, as writing as a healing method for trauma. And this, you know, two people that I read, one from Australia and one from the US, I think it was in the Harvard Business Review, and then there was another one. And how they wrote exactly, you know, what I've experienced these last few years, 4 years to be exact, that when we can write expressively, it might come out as poetry, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're actually reliving the trauma. And I think that's what people are afraid of. They're like, oh no, I don't want to live that thing again. Even if it's just for 10 minutes, I don't want to go through that place again. And it's actually allowing ourselves to realize we are not at that place anymore. Whether we were 2 when it happened, whether we were 15, 40, whatever the age was, when a specific experience or a series of experiences happened to us, we're not necessarily going back there. We are looking at it from a different perspective, and we're being guided with someone to go into the space to clear the feelings, to you know, reclaim our own power, and to let go, collapse out any energetic or auric fields that are still contained in our cells. Because I've also been reading The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk. So, you know, I've been like heavy deep into this stuff. And, you know, just the stuff he had, or the, you know, just the stories of the qualitative information that he's sharing in that book, because he's a psychologist and, or psychiatrist, I'm sorry. And he has a number of experiences that he shares, from veterans to like abused children. And it's just, you know, it's eye-opening and mind-blowing, you know, the things that people go through, and then the lens that they see the world with. And when you can use like a control group that doesn't have that same type of experiences, the same type of abuse, they have a completely different perspective. And so, you know, really allowing ourselves to heal, to let go of the disempowerment, to, you know, and whatever case, you know, whether the meditation works, whether it's Irene, whether it's me, that you decide that you want to work with me and, you know, write some stories, right? Go through writing, as well as quantum healing and meditation and yoga. You know, there's so many different avenues for us. And are we allowing ourselves to go there? Are we allowing ourselves to let go of the patterns that have been plaguing our life, so that we can step into the newness of this new moon, of the Sirius Gateway that we are receiving? Because you are divine. You have so many light codes that are yet to be realized. All of us, even if we have been quote unquote, awakening, or, even if we have been working on ourselves and, ascending spiritually, there's still more to do. And are we taking advantage of all that is there for us? Are we thinking about abundance mindset? Are we in bliss consciousness? Think about it right now. If you're worried about anything, money, your health, your love life, getting food on the table, anything, like, take a breath. Everything's going to be amazing. We always get what we need and then some when we are relaxed, when we trust, when we surrender to the divine, which I know is very challenging to do. When we let go of control, it's many of the things that I've been talking about. And all these things are coming to a head right now because we're moving into this new dimension, whether it's by choice or first forcefully by God, source, universe. We're walking into a new paradigm. And to totally be, to be ready, or to allow ourselves to truly harness this power, we've got to let go of the past. We're invited to let go of a lot of the 3D matrix thinking, because it's not who we truly are. Who we truly are is love. Who we truly are is the highest vibration possible. And maybe even more, it's just this being of light that knows nothing else but love. I really feel that, because when I'm in that state, I'm in the flow, whether it's writing, whether it's with, someone I love, whether it's, sitting alone in nature, whether it's even in a meditation. I just feel at peace. I'm aligned. And so if you're feeling you're not there yet, ask yourself, what is it? What's holding you back? Do you need any assistance? Is there, are there tools that you can be using? Write it down. Even right now, you can write down I don't know what's happening and I'm willing to find out. And then just write for 5 minutes and see what your intuition tells you. That's how I started. I would just write my feelings. I'm confused because, and I just write it down. I didn't know exactly why I was confused. Sometimes just keeping it in our head is just too much, and allowing it to come out to the page is totally helpful. And especially with the new moon, writing our new moon intentions or our dreams that we would love to see happen in our life. Because that's how we also create the new story. And it's very difficult to allow the new story in when we haven't released the old. So that's why I mentioned Steve's meditation and Serene's healing and my work. And there's plenty of others. I've interviewed so many people. So definitely go back to my YouTube channel. If it's not in this podcast, I've interviewed a lot of people. So you can actually find out about their services as well. And see if something resonates with you. See if because we are moving into interdependence. There's no longer codependency. If we want to have healthy relationships, which has been what people have been talking about with me as well. It's like, how do I create healthy relationships? Well, you know what? It begins with you. Really focusing on your inner self, finding out the deep wisdom that's within you, how you can totally open up to the newness and the adventure and the fun and the joy in your own life, living your own purpose, doing the things that you love, speaking your truth, allowing yourself to totally be authentic, like to just be real. Who is the person behind the mask? And if you're not wearing any more masks, how can, you step more into who you are? I feel like that's what's calling us right now with this Sirius Gateway, and as we step into the new moon in Cancer. So I feel like that's just an amazing place to be. And as I like to do in every one of these, I'm going to share a couple of poems with you. So this one is called, just looking to see if this is the one I want. I'm gonna read this one. It's called Natural Order, from my book, Surreal Love, Kundalini Awakening Poetry, that you can get on Amazon. both in ebook and paperback versions. So natural order. Clouds like waves undulating in the sky. The evening brush painting pink and orange hues. Energy shifting, breaking down the uneasiness within. Embodying the truth in the now, the present moment. Removing obstacles that lie in the first step. Walking in the dark. Feeling our way through, groping for something. Nothing is tangible, yet it is here. Beyond the senses, perceiving a knowing, a meeting of souls. Galactic openings for those that feel the calling. Stepping into the pulsating of your heart. Accepting vibrations, disintegrating the suppression. Allowing the frequency of love to guide you into the cosmic oneness. Lying in the silent spaces of your existence. So yes, I feel that way actually right now. You know, like we don't see it yet, and it's already here. And disintegrating the suppression, those words really reverberated with me as I was, deciding what I was going to choose today. And that's something that I've been talking about today. It's just like disintegrating the judgment, the old thoughts, the shame, the disempowerment, the rage, allowing it to let go of it, in a way that that is loving, that is, understanding, that is compassionate, that is not judgmental, that is not condoning, that is, just being honest. This happened. I felt these feelings. They were uncomfortable. I didn't know how to deal with it. And these can all be writing prompts. And it can just help you if you want to explore that on your own, like just see where it goes, see what comes through, right? For 5 minutes, time yourself and see what happens. And, and you can also do the other side, like write I would like to feel. Because as we, and it could be tiny steps, right? We can let go of a little piece of a story and, allow a little more love in. This is it's all your story. You are the creator of your world. And to give yourself that, that space to heal, to allow yourself to live the beautiful life that you're dreaming of, because that's your birthright. That's already in the cards. It's already mapped. It's just allowing yourselves to do it. Whatever that is for you. Your beautiful story may not be mine. We might have completely different ones, but we get to consciously create that right now as we co-create with the universe. And I feel like that is such an amazing place to be. Like with all of my clients, I help them to open up the space. A client recently told me, oh, I had this idea that was like, a little bit smaller. But when I was connecting, in the group program, this was in a group program, I allowed myself to see a larger space, claim a larger space of who I can become, and allow that becoming to happen. So I feel like, and this has happened with me in all of the coaches that I've had and the healers and programs that I've been with, is like allowing me to see the possibilities of what more I can do, how I can help more people, how I can, write more books, or allow others to write their own stories and, share it with their families, or write it for themselves, or, just opening up the creative power within ourselves, because that is endless. No matter what age we are, we're consistently in a space of creativity. And that point of creation, that's a 0 point field. That is a place where you can do anything. So if that's turning you on, go there. Go there with me. Go there with Steve. Go there with Serene. Go there with anyone who's resonating with you. And go there. Don't hold back, whether it's like going, skiing in the Alps, or, going to the Maldives, or just going to the place where you don't even know that exists yet, and you're creating it with your paintings or with your words or with your music. Go there, because that's a new creation, and that's exciting. That's super exciting, because that's going to bring in more ideas, more epiphanies, more possibilities, more adventures, more fun, more love, more happiness, and more than anything else, it's pleasure, just deriving pleasure from just being creative. And sometimes it's challenging. I know I've been there, though it's so worth it. I would have never changed a thing. So if this is resonating with you, if you're desiring for more, all the details are here to access all the information that I mentioned. If you would love to write your story, I am enrolling people for my 6-month program. I have both 3 and 6-month programs and group programs. So take a look at my website, gilanehemia.com, schedule a 15-minute chat with me, and we can talk about it. And I really feel like all of us have so much potential. And those are the things that people say to me after sometimes they have moved on to other things, different spaces. They come back and they say, I always remember that you said, everyone has a story, everyone has something to share. And I really believe that, that has been my mantra. And that's how I live my life, because I know that I have a mission to do. And I get up every day so excited to do that mission. And even if it's challenging, I remember how amazing it feels to be in that space. So if this space is calling to you, I'd love to talk to you. I am inviting you for this new moon in Cancer to write, to draw, to express, to record what you're desiring. Allow yourselves to go to the deep spaces that need to be released, and allow yourself to release it in the comfort of your own home, in your own sacred space, in your own safety, because we need safety. We need safety and security to release and to know that it's okay to let go of something that's not working, and to allow in the newness, to allow in the pleasure and the joy and the comfort and inner peace that we can have when we can open up to receive. So I'm sending you so much love today and always, especially right now as we're in this really important juncture in our lives where we get to choose, we get to create, we get to let go of the patriarchal paradigms, we get to consciously decide what we are desiring in our life, and really, really take the time to love who you are. Because you are amazing and you are so important for the tapestry of this earth, of this planet, of this world. So I'm recommending to breathe into that. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths right now, again from the diaphragm. Really breathe deeply in. Allow yourself to breathe all the way up into your upper chakras to let go. We'll do that 3 times. I want to thank our light teams, God Source Universe, our ancestors, our guides, our angels, our spirit animals, Mother Gaia, Father Sky, everything. Just thank you for allowing this message to come through. Thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing yourselves to receive, to opening your hearts, to connecting with me at this time. I'm sending you so much love, so much wholeness, really from my heart to yours. A beautiful, beautiful new moon in Cancer. Until next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste, Shanti, Shalom. I look forward to hearing from you. If you'd like to email me, You can email me at gilanehemia.com. And of course, you can schedule a call, and feel free to really trust who you are and trust what's resonating and take that next step in your life. I believe in you. Namaste, aho, and so it is.